I have my little enamel pot that I have lightly oiled, and now I'm going to take this ball of dough and just place it in there. Take my handy cooking scissors and I'm just going to cut a cross in the top of the dough. That's just to allow it to expand out. Now, if I didn't split the dough, it'll be a standard sort of good size that you get, that you're used to getting when you think of sourdough loaves. So there she is. And now I'm going to place the lid on it and I'm going to put it in my air fryer. I'm going to bake it in my air fryer for 40 minutes at 180 degrees. And if I was going for the full size loaf, I would do it as much as 45 minutes, but because it's a smaller loaf, I'm only going to do 40 minutes. I'm going to leave the lid on the entire time, and that's because I want a loaf with a soft crust. My family enjoys a soft crust loaf, and there's nothing wrong with that, having bread with a soft crust. If you want a crispy crust on your loaf, you can bake it for the first 30 minutes and then take the lid off and bake it again at 180 degrees for another 10 to 15 minutes without the lid on it, and that will help give you that crispy loaf. So here it goes, it's going in the oven and I'll see you when she comes out. And here are my loaves. As you can see, there's some nice small little loaves that I baked. This is the last one to come out, and then this is the first one. And I know they came out about pointy at the top. That's just because I cut it with scissors. It's not artisanal bread. It's just standard quick sandwich loaf. And this one was a little bit cooler. I could have probably waited a bit longer, and I cut it open. And as you can see, it's very light and fluffy inside. The only difference between this as a sandwich loaf and an artisanal loaf is the big bubbles, because I just wanted a quick loaf of bread that I wasn't going to take much effort in, and that's what we have here. And that is really the quickest and easiest way to use your sourdough starter to bake an easy everyday bread. It's really not to be complicated, and I wanted to share this basic recipe with you to show you that it's something that is doable for everyone. Anyone can bake sourdough bread. It doesn't have to be hugely complicated. If you do want to get into the artisanal crafting side of making bread that takes a lot more time and effort, by all means go ahead and do that. It's a wonderful therapeutic experience. But if you really also just want to be able to bake bread for your family every day, this is a great start. So this is the first one. I am going to do another one next week where I do show you how to go through the stretch and fold process and to create a slightly more artisanal loaf of bread. So I look forward to seeing you next week. If you have any questions, please do feel free to ask them in the comments below, and I will be happy to answer them in future videos.